Let's talk about health. Let's talk about being outside, being inside, and how we're mismatched and how that plays out. I did this Twitter thread on my new Twitter account, which is getting no engagement because obviously it's a new account. Let's just read through it. Let's look at it. Our ancestors spent 100% of their lives outside. Modern humans spend 90% of their lives inside. One of the many ways we are mismatched in the modern environment. Our biology is designed for the wild, yet we live in manufactured environments. So how else are we mismatched? Shoes. Imagine shoes on a lion or a dog. It's completely ridiculous, obviously. Yet we shoe ourselves without a second thought. Shoes ruin posture, create back pain, and hinder foot development. And kids start them early. I've even seen my sons lately where they don't want to go in the yard because it's pokey. I want my boots. I want my shoes. And I don't like it. So I just try to be like, nope, no shoes, no boots, go. Sometimes they just will sit on the porch. Man, it's rough. It's just another example of like an early creep of the modern environment that goes on to affect you for life. And then you get to a point where like my mom will literally not walk outside or walk in the garage or walk in the grass without putting shoes on first. And of course she has foot pain, foot problems. Light. The sun provides the full spectrum, red, near infrared, ultraviolet, and other wavelengths. Indoor light is mostly in the 380 to 700, I think is nanomillar range. And that's just what you can see. But there's more light that you can't see, and you get that from the sun. Screens also put off a lot of blue light. And so what we have here is we have a lot of natural light that we're lacking because we're not outside in the sun enough. And then we have all this artificial light from screens and from indoor, and it completely destroys your circadian rhythm. It completely tricks your biology, which is why red light is so potent and powerful helping correct this that I had to source it. I had to buy a bunch for myself, and I had to start selling it on Wild Foods because it's just so amazing. Food. Industrialized food is the exact opposite of the whole foods our ancestors ate. Manufactured foods were not found in nature, and man-processed ingredients, it's just not a thing. Our ancestors would have not eaten that. Some examples include seed oils, refined plant foods, corn, wheat, and soy, obviously hormones, big pharma, pesticides, and all these other things that we can't see, but we know are there. Pretty alarming, actually, when you really consider it and how we pretty much bathe in it and we ingest it on a regular basis. Sleep. We can control light. Our ancestors could not, so they pretty much had to go to sleep at night. It was not a good evolutionary strategy to wander around outside in the dark while there's a bunch of hungry predators with their night vision, their night adapted vision for hunting at night. That makes you at a disadvantage. That makes you potential prey. So you huddle for warmth and you huddle around the fire for protection. You huddle with other humans. Just like fish, schools of fish stay together to reduce the likelihood they get eaten by bigger fish. And our circadian rhythm is a byproduct of that, of hundreds of thousands of millions of years of evolution, living, sleeping in nature when the sun goes down and then when the sun comes up. And you can look at most people, they have sleep problems, which leads to all kinds of other problems, very downstream of other problems. Community. And so America is especially bad here. We ship grandparents to nursing homes. Kids get shipped off to dorms or an apartment as soon as they are of 18 years old. I mean, not always, but generally. There are almost no multi-generational households. My mom lives with us. We have 3 kids, Allison and I, and her. And most people hear that and they're like, oh, that's really cool. As if like they could never do it. It's just so foreign to them. Go to other countries and you see how that's the norm. Grandparents, aunts, uncles, brothers, and sisters, people live together. And guess what? I guarantee you they're happier as a result. Maybe more stressed at times because that's what comes with it, but generally happier, having purpose, having community, having all those things that the richest country in the world, America, and us Americans living in it, suffer from because of this isolation that we do to ourselves, right? This societal norm to all have our own apartments and cars and garages and all the debt that we take on to buy it, right? It's kind of an accidental thing, but it's definitely a conspiracy. It's like the banks want you to have the American dream of having a home. So they can basically give you a loan that you pay back for 30 plus years, right? So they made it the American dream to have a home. And then the American dream is for everybody to have a home. American dream is even for grandma to have her own home or condo. And all this does is create more debt. It creates more monthly payments and just props up the system where these big banks, the money printer from the Fed, etc., just siphon off value from millions and millions and millions of citizens as tax, wage, and debt slaves. Simple as that. It really is. Toxins, man-made products that we live in, drive in, sleep in, and put in and on our bodies are not natural, obviously. The hubris that we can understand long-term effects of certain things after doing research, most of which is bought and paid for, is one of the great lies of our age. Some examples include plastics, heavy metals, perfumes, off-gas, mold, tap water, hair care, and body care, non-stick pans, pesticides, pharmaceuticals, smog, air pollution, water pollution, indoor air. The list goes on, and each requires hacking to mitigate. These are unnatural. So what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to do the best you can. It starts by understanding the mismatch, understanding all of these things. What did our ancestors do? And what are we doing now? And how is that different, or in some cases the opposite? And then correct it. A few things you can start doing. Shower water filters, natural fibers, no sunscreen, no hair care products, or try animal-based. Whole food diet, glass, metal, wood, food storage, prep, cast iron, tri-ply for cooking, sauna, sun, red light grounding, go outside, and natural cleaning supplies. Give myself some likes here, because why not? It's a good thread, and it's getting literally no engagement. It's crazy. I mean, that's the internet for you. My other account, I'm pretty sure, was shadow banned from 2020 and being outspoken. And so now nothing I post gets any engagement. Oh, man. It's also this thing where I think the universe is kind of telling me, like, to stop caring about it. Like, my destiny is not content, though I like making content. And a lot of people that follow me generally enjoy it. I have made some great relationships, even business partners that have come from listening to these Better Human podcasts. But it's like, you know, the way to get reach nowadays is to pay to play, or it's to really stoke the algorithm so they serve you up. And, you know, it's just like a constant battle of getting attention while millions and millions and millions and millions of other people are trying to get attention too. It's a very competitive for attention marketplace. That's the world we live in. So those are some things to consider. I hope that was useful to you. You can find this on Twitter. My handle is Colin Stucker, my name, 1L on Twitter. I'm going to be putting out more health content there. And I hope you get on the Better Human newsletter over at betterhumans.substack.com. Also the betterhuman.co. Check out wildfoods.co. Use code WildCEO for all of your whole food, real food supplements and ingredients. Rewild your life, get back to nature. And then my new company that I co-founded with the Meat Mafia guys, that is Noble Origins. We have an all-in-one beef organ protein shake, drink, meal, whatever you want to call it. Simply amazing. It's tasty and quite literally the simplest, easiest way to get organs and more protein into your diet without having to choke down chalky, tasteless, flavorless, or allergen-filled proteins like whey and plant proteins, etc. Now, I have nothing against whey. I sell whey. I still use it from time to time. But we're seeing those that are more kind of carnivore or autoimmune, and maybe they're more sensitive. Maybe they have a lactose issue with whey. They just can't do whey. And so that's why beef isolate has been growing like crazy in popularity. And we decided to bring it to the market because it's amazing. We love it ourselves. We think the market needs it. My kids love it. They ask for chocolate milk. And it's exciting, pretty exciting. We have some good traction so far. So go to nobleorigins.com. And then I believe the code, let's see, what code do we have? We have Better Human. I'm pretty sure Better Human code. That's going to give you a free bag of Organ Complex, which is our organ powder, on any $50 order. Plus, you're going to get free shipping. So check it out, nobleorigins.com. And then subscribe to the podcast, because why not, dude? Like, I'm not posting all the time, but when I do, I'm dropping helpful content. I'll see you in the next one.